around the world are marking the 40th anniversary of the Thunderbirds. So now, in the first of a two-part look at the Thunderbirds, Tom Layson takes a look at the squadron's home near Las Vegas, Nevada.
According to Native American legend, the all-powerful Thunderbird spirit often visited believers in their dreams. This is where some of those dreams have come true. The believers, the 140 men and women who have earned the prized Thunderbird patch and a place in aviation history. They work in this gleaming desert shrine where feet never tread over the squadron's emblem. 40 years ago, the Thunderbirds started small, but their reputation for excellence grew and sparked the dreams of 8-year-old kids like Matt Bird.
And I remember making a conscious decision at 8 years old, 3rd grade, I want to be like those guys. It's a very humbling experience to be a part of this 40-year tradition where so many years of excellence have come prior to me. I don't want to screw it up.
And there are plenty of chances for screw-ups. Just about every show or practice includes near misses. 20 Thunderbirds have died over the years, the last 4 during practice in January of 1982. New pilots must lose their fear of flying Thunderbird close while making radical moves like this trail-to-diamond roll. At 500 miles an hour, a pilot must juggle aileron, rudder, and throttle, all while fighting heavy G-forces. This is an exercise in trust, and that trust binds the team together from the team leader or boss to people like Staff Sergeant Rich Street, who work to make sure each F-16 is always up to Thunderbird standards.
It's like having the best between fraternity and family. There's nothing that I wouldn't do for these people. There's nothing they wouldn't do for me.
Well, here's the F-100 days. 1966, my first year on the team.
Retired General and Thunderbird solo Bob Beckel is part of the team's 40-year history enshrined in the squadron's museum. Now, he loves his old F-100 all right, but his fondest memories? People like his crew chief, who went the extra mile to replace a damaged engine once.
The next day, walked out to the airplane at 1 o'clock for the air show. He was there along with his team partner. Neither one of them had slept all night. They were unshaven, had a new engine.
In 40 years, 300 million people have seen and heard the Thunderbirds, but the budget axe cuts here too. The team's traveling support crew was cut by 20 people, and rumor has it the whole squadron may face a 10% cut next year. But for now, the show will go on. 3 new members are being trained at Nellis right now for the team's 41st season, keeping the legend alive by pushing themselves to the limits of their skill and their courage. Tom Layson, KOVR 13 News.
The Thunderbirds did have a little bit in the way of a setback on this anniversary year. 14 appearances had to be canceled, including the shows at Travis and Castle Air Force Base. The reason, the boss, team leader Daniel Darnell, had a very sore back that prevented him from flying. Well, tomorrow night at 11 in Part 2, we will take you up in an F-16. Ever seen the world upside down?
Or felt like you weighed 1,500 pounds or been strapped onto a machine capable of blasting you into the stratosphere? Well, if not, fly along with Tom Layson in Part 2 of his special look at the Air Force Thunderbirds.
That one, Roger. Radar contact. Delete the 4,500 foot restriction. Turn left, direct.
The Air Force Thunderbirds. They define high performance, the machines and the men who fly them. The show season's over, so our job now is practice twice a day, training the new Thunderbirds who will carry on the squadron's 40-year tradition. What's it like to be a Thunderbird? Only 127 men really know, but during our visit to Nellis, my chance came for 40 minutes. One morning, I suited up and strapped on an F-16. Major Mike Major, yes, that's Major Major, was my guide into the clear blue skies over southern Nevada.
You ready to go up, Tom?
Griffin.
Okay, we're going to head up right about now.
Soon, we were over the Indian Springs practice area. Air traffic restricted us into a very tight airspace, forcing us to maneuver hard before and after each pass.
But this is pretty close to how you actually do a show.
Very similar.
In a tight box like that.
We started slow, taking turns flying loops and rolls and anything else to get us upside down and sideways. I was in La La Land, but for Major Major, a very businesslike attitude.
I enjoy this. You can go out and pretty much do what you want to do with a high-performance aircraft. But you got to keep in mind this is also a job for me, and that's my office. So every time I take it up, I'm stepping into my office to go work.
7G Cuban 8s, knife edge passes, you name it, we did it.
Good job. Okay, roll out. Just roll it up. And you just did an Immelman maneuver.
Wow, they're getting a show in Indian Springs today.
See, it's just an easy plane to fly.
Easy.
Very responsive.
The maneuvers are gentle enough, but our high airspeeds result in high G's. During shows, solos pull about 8.5. We went for more.
Okay, we're down to 2,300 pounds, about 300 pounds above my bingo fuel, which brings us to the 9G pull.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that.
We pulled 9.2 G's to be exact. It wasn't bad at all. In fact, it was the ride of a lifetime and a small lesson in how demanding being a Thunderbird can be.
Mike, that was fantastic, my friend. That was great.
Glad you enjoyed it.
I really did.
Workout.
Tom Layson, KOVR 13 News.
Well, plenty of chances to see the Thunderbirds this year.